The following program is for adult audiences only.
Hey, this is Alonzo Bowden, and you are listening to Who's Talking Shh with Johnny and Anthony.
Who's Talking Shh with Johnny and Anthony.
And we're back.
What the fuck is up? It's your dentist's favorite podcast.
Oh, I don't think my dentist listens to this fucking podcast.
I don't have a dentist. I don't believe in witchcraft. All right, I'm not going down there,
Sure you do. That's the one that put all the fucking shit on your teeth.
dude. That's fucking. I don't believe him, dude. I don't believe him.
Oh my god, that was ridiculous.
All
I'm
right.
glad those fell out right away.
That's it, man. That wasn't a dentist, man. Let me tell you what. That was a.
It was a dentist.
I think she said she was a I think she got sued. I think she said she was a cosmetologist or a masseuse. I don't know. I think it might have been a masseuse. I don't know, man. You're not gonna. I'll tell you what these bitches aren't gonna do. They're not gonna judge me for letting some strange bitch put something in my mouth. You let strange men put shit in your mouth all the time. I'm not getting judged here, all right? I'm not getting judged. I didn't pay. It was free. I didn't pay, all right? It's fair. It's fine.
Oh my god.
All right.
Okay, well.
On with the show.
So, about a year ago, give or take a month or so, I think it was March or April, I got on Upwork and found a job for English dub for a German movie.
I remember this.
Yeah, and it was 4 parts in a movie. I did the voiceover, which was a pain in the ass. They made me fucking make the whole entire clip the length of the movie with my parts in there rather than me send it all to them and they do it themselves.
Yeah, fucking.
It was a huge fucking pain in the ass, but I did it.
Way to fucking pass the buck.
Right. First time I ever did it, it worked out pretty good.
Hey, man, yeah, you got the movie out, right?
So, yeah, I didn't hear anything about it. I got paid for it by default because if they don't pay you by, like, whatever day, it automatically goes to you anyway if you've submitted your work.
Oh,
so I got paid for it, never heard anything from them, didn't say if they got it, didn't get it, whatever. So the other day I was on Upwork and I was looking at, I saw the messages from the guy and I was like, I wonder. So I looked it up and sure enough, it wasn't English, and sure enough, I was in it.
There you go.
That's fucking awesome.
I want to know if the Who's Talking Shit show gets a producer credit, right? Like, you're like, he's a producer. Can't you? I mean, hey, I'm just saying.
I didn't even get a credit for the voiceover.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's what I'm saying.
know, right?
And you had to build it. You produced a bit of this film at this
exactly.
point, right?
So
fucking A.
Anybody that wants to watch it, it's called The Forest Killer. It is not a good movie, but nonetheless, and I have a pretty big part in it.
But
throughout the movie,
did they give you a free opportunity to watch it, or did you have to pay to see it?
no, it's free.
Oh, it's free. See that? So we'll give you a promo right here.
Yeah, if you look it up on. Yeah, if you watch the show and you go watch it on Prime,
It's free.
there you go.
It's totally free, man. I swear.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. One of the parts was literally just like 2 words.
Well, I mean, he got paid too.
Yeah, he did. He did. And I made one of the guys have the dumbest fucking voice you could have. But the guy didn't give me any guidance on how they should sound or anything, so I had to come up with 4 different voices with no guidance.
At least he kept you in. Like, he didn't cut you,
true.
you know?
Yeah, it was.
The project went through. Hopefully it wasn't a Kickstarter deal or something. Funding fell through, so it went through, you know? There you go. Fucking A.
But yeah, one of the guys, oh my god, it was so stupid. I gave him like some weird fucking hillbilly accent.
I'm gonna have to check it out, dude. I'm gonna have to watch it. I don't know how. Johnny said it's a horrible movie. I mean, I don't know how long we're gonna get through it, but it's probably good enough, you know?
Yeah, and I'm in it from start to end.
Exactly. How many of you assholes are in a movie? All right? You're all in my movie. That's what's going on. Yeah.
So, if you think you know who I am in the movie, drop a comment on the video.
There you go. If you think you know who he is,
Yeah.
figure it out.
All right. Speaking of something I watched yesterday. I watched Dave Chappelle's The Dreamer. After you mentioned it last podcast, I fucking loved it, dude.
And he was that
really
good, man.
I
I think he's fucking phoning it in now, man. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of
Well, and you said there was a lot of tranny jokes, but there really wasn't.
I just think.
I mean, kind of at the beginning and a little bit at the end. But
I think at this point, like, fucking dude, just like more than one is just like, all right, man.
But one thing that he did I absolutely loved, and he didn't point it out, so I'm going to point it out. I love that, he's talking about, I'm not going to talk about the trans people, and he's like, I'm going to make fun of handicapped people. And he's like, and then he's doing the thing, and he says, God damn it, I thought we came here to fucking make fun of trans people. I didn't know he was going to make fun of us. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here.
And then he's all doing the thing. But what I thought was, one thing he didn't point out that is so fucking true is everything is fucking hilarious until it's about you.
Well, that's
It's not funny anymore.
Yeah, that's why everybody gets everybody thinks they're not a piece of shit.
Dude, I fucking love it, dude. You can talk shit about white bread motherfuckers all you want. I love that shit.
Trust me. Everybody thinks they're not a piece of shit. There's nothing you can say. I hate myself already, buddy. There's nothing you can say. Trust me, man. I already wish I was dead. I don't care. I'm not going to be like, he offended me. It's not about me, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit, buddy. I don't care.
It's like fucking Jim Jeffers always says, these are jokes.
Yeah, and that's another thing.
Fuck, man.
Maybe my problem is like all the guys I like are just like getting old, man. Mm-hmm. Like that's the thing. So now they're doing like comedy that's fucking. I'm not into it.
So that's the thing is I'm old too. Dave Chappelle's only a year older than me.
Dude, I know. I was like, man, Dave, come on, Dave.
Dude, he looked really good, man.
He did,
fucking
right?
ripped.
He looked good.
Yeah, he looks like facially, he looks like old Dave Chappelle, man.
I don't think and maybe that's my thing too, is like I have this nostalgic, and then I'm like, oh man, Dave's got a new one out, and then I'm like, oh, I think I set myself up. Like if I would just watch
overhype yourself.
Yeah, if I never seen him, I'm sure it was awesome.
Yeah,
but I mean, who the fuck hasn't seen him? You know what I mean? Like that other guy. What the fuck is his name? He just put it on Netflix. You texted me about it when you were watching it. I've only seen him on YouTube at the Laugh Factory. So, Working Man's, whatever the fuck his special's called. Something like that. Either way, he wears glasses, fucking mustache.
I don't know.
Fuck it. Either way. See what I'm saying?
One thing I did learn yesterday.
It's good.
totally different subject. But one thing I found out yesterday that I thought was kind of cool was, speaking of comedians and trans, Jim Norton is married to a trans woman.
Why the fuck wouldn't he be?
Yeah. Well, I mean, nothing wrong with it, but I just didn't know. I was like, that was cool as shit.
I feel like
that was awesome.
I feel like if he didn't marry a trans woman, man, people are going to start asking questions.
I mean, he's never been one to shy away from his anal jokes and shit.
I think these trans women be like, you been talking a lot of shit? You going to marry one of us or what? You been talking a lot of shit, bro. What's up? Like, I don't know.
I thought that was cool. Well, at first, I didn't know because her name is Nikki. And when I saw the video on Instagram, I thought that they were just making fun of Nikki Glazer. I didn't know because she had commented underneath it. And I was like, I didn't. So I looked it up, and sure enough, that was his wife. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
good for you, man. That's awesome.
Won't answer my fucking emails, but you'll suck a dick? What's about that? I mean, come on. Talking to me is not as bad as sucking dick, I think. It's over email. I'm not saying anything live. I try to email. Fucking asshole. Whatever. That's all right, man.
All right. We are going to go to our very first story. It's a doozy. Vince McMahon, WWE founder, resigns amid sex trafficking allegations.
Uh-huh. Got him.
I mean, it's not a surprise to anyone in the fucking world.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Where do you get all them Asian bitches from? What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's not a surprise to anyone. It's fucking ridiculous. The guy's such a piece of shit. Always has been, always fucking will be.
Rich as hell.
Mm-hmm. Says Vince McMahon has resigned from his role as executive chairman of TKO, the parent company of WWE, following disturbing allegations of sexual assault, trafficking, and physical abuse. The allegations came to light in a lawsuit filed by a former WWE staffer, Janelle Grant, who worked at the headquarters of the wrestling behemoth McMahon founded. McMahon has denied the allegations and said he is prepared to defend himself in court, but in a statement Friday, McMahon said that he has resigned. Out of respect for the WWE Universe, the extraordinary TKO business, and its board members and shareholders, partners and constituents, all of the employees and superstars who helped make WWE into the global leader it is today, I've decided to resign from my executive chairmanship and the TKO board of directors, effective immediately, McMahon said in a statement. Reports that McMahon had paid out settlements to multiple women while serving as WWE's CEO and chairman have been circulating since at least 2022, but the lawsuit filed by Grant Thursday sheds new light on the extent of McMahon's alleged misconduct. In the lawsuit, Grant alleged that McMahon dangled a job offer at WWE and later promotions in exchange for sex. Grant's lawsuit also alleges that McMahon trafficked her to other men inside and outside the company, including John Laurinaitis, who worked in the company's talent relations department and is also named as a defendant in the suit. McMahon engaged in acts of extreme cruelty and degradation toward Grant during her time at WWE, the lawsuit alleged. McMahon's exit marks another turning point for the wrestling entertainment company who he created more than 40 years ago. He initially retired from his role as CEO and chairman of WWE in July 2022 amid allegations of sexual misconduct. At the time, WWE announced a special committee who investigated McMahon. However, his retirement didn't last long. The investigation was closed in November 2022, and McMahon returned to WWE's board in January 2023.
Well, when they said sex trafficking, I thought he was buying slaves.
Like Epstein shit.
Not even Epstein, because that's just, I mean, all those fucking teenagers were Americans. I mean, like, I thought he was, like, buying fucking Vietnamese women and trafficking them over here in a cargo container and then selling. Like, to me, that sounds like he said, if you want a promotion, I'm going to fuck you. And then he gave her the promotion. And then she stayed with the company whilst he was still saying, well, then go fuck this guy if you want another promotion and such. Which I'm not saying is not wrong. You can't do that. But I don't know if pimping is sex trafficking. Are they the same thing?
I mean, I guess if you take someone overseas to try to have someone with sex with somebody for whatever fucking reason.
So it just has to involve traffic?
I guess.
Like what if you're caught up on the I-80? What are you pimping on the I-80? Am I now trafficking in sex? What if I have a van? Like, is it a plane thing? I don't know. Not that he doesn't deserve to burn. Fuck the dude.
Yeah,
it lacks clarification, and I just don't understand this whole, like, yeah, he told me I had to fuck him for the job, and then I did it. What an asshole. Like, okay, if you didn't do it and you got fired, what an asshole. But the fact that you did it for the money makes you an asshole. You know what I mean? Like, she still worked there. She did fuck him for the job, right? She kept the job. That's why she was able to collect all this other evidence. You see, this to me is like an undercover cop kind of thing. If an undercover cop comes to my house and sells me dope, how am I in trouble? He's committing a crime. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, she's willing to sleep with me for a job and money.
I mean, I get what you're saying.
I
don't agree with you.
It just doesn't make any sense.
I get it. I
understand it's against the rules, but you still fucked him for the job. Like, you don't get to then be mad at him now. You did it. You should have been like, no, and then got fired and then sue him. Yeah, money for you. But you fucked him for the job. You worked there forever. We're talking about, they said years. Goes back years. She slept with other people to keep the job as well. She didn't stop at one guy. I don't know. I just like, #believe women. I don't know. I don't know about that stuff, dude. All right. We'll move on before I get a shutdown.
Yeah.
I'm an objective juror member. I believe you are. I have a presumption of innocence. You have to prove to me that you aren't just a piece of shit trying to throw somebody in a cage or take their money. I see you as a piece of shit because this guy, I mean, I already know he's a piece of shit, but at least he made a bunch of money. That's how America works. It's capitalism, folks. Come on, man. Come on now. We're all innocent until proven guilty. Don't let the courts get their fucking hands on your money.
Okay, so the next two stories are back-to-back for a reason. And you will see what the reason is once I get to the other one. Okay. No prison time for California woman who stabbed man 100 times in cannabis-induced fit.
Fucking bitch. We ought to cut her head off on live TV. I'll do it. If they let me, I'll do it. I'll choose to do it. I choose you, Pikachu. I'll fucking zap that bitch. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Bananas.
Says the California judge sentenced a woman convicted of stabbing a man more than 100 times in a cannabis-induced psychotic fit to just 2 years probation and no prison time on Tuesday. A jury in Southern California's Ventura County found Bryn Speecher, I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's how I'm going to say it, Bryn Speecher guilty in December of involuntary manslaughter in the killing of 26-year-old Chad O'Melia. The sentence drew sobs of relief from Speecher and her loved ones, while family members of Amelia exclaimed in shock and anger. Ventura County Superior Court Judge David Worley said his decision was based on the lack of culpability, asserting the senseless killing early the morning of May 28, 2018, was propelled by the psychotic episode that experts for the prosecution and defense attributed to the bong hits of marijuana Speecher and O'Melia smoked.
How many fucking bong rips is she on? Hey, Mom! Tina's high on bong rips again. Fucking Tina's high on 2 bong rips.
2.
I think they're using the term experts very fucking liberally there, all right? But go ahead.
Says from that point forward, she had no control over her actions, Worley said before announcing probation and a suspended sentence of 4 years. The incarceration could be imposed if Speecher, who turns 33 on Thursday, violates probation. We can only fucking hope. The sentence also includes 100 hours of community service focused on raising awareness about the effects of marijuana-induced psychosis.
Fucking community service on a fake fucking thing. What are you talking about? That's fucking community service is propaganda. That's like your community service is to work 1,000 hours for the Republicans in their anti-abortion rhetoric. It's not a thing. You can't just make me support your agenda, you fuck. I have to serve my community. It would make more sense for her to go out and harvest marijuana for a hard-working weed farmer in the community that is contributing to the economy than her going out and trying to shut down a fucking business. Fuck you. Anyway, go ahead.
Says moments after the verdict, the victim's father, Sean O'Melia, accused Worley of bias and said the ruling set a dangerous precedent. He just gave anyone in the state of California who smokes marijuana a license to kill someone, he said. Speecher's father, Mike Speecher, declined comment. Her lawyer, Bob Schwartz, said he was happy for the family. Judge Worley did the right and courageous thing, Schwartz said. Bryn Speecher and Chad O'Melia initially met at a dog park and had been dating for just weeks before they smoked marijuana together at his apartment in Thousand Oaks, a city just northwest of Los Angeles, late the night of May 27, 2018. Testimony showed that under the influence of the psychotic episode, she stabbed Chad O'Melia more than 100 times with different knives, also stabbing herself.
Once! What the fuck? They act like she was like, ah! No, the fucking police showed up. All right, go ahead.
When law enforcement arrived shortly after midnight, Chad O'Melia was covered in a pool of blood. Bryn Speecher was screaming hysterically and holding a knife she plunged into her neck. Law enforcement officers used a taser and several baton blows to disarm her and then called for paramedics in actions her family said saved her life. If they wouldn't have done it, we would have been okay.
I'd have fucking, dude, she's lucky I ain't a pig. I'd have stomped on her head.
Right. Her lawyer said during the trial that she was involuntarily intoxicated and claimed Chad O'Melia had pressured and intimidated her into taking the last bong rip. Under California criminal law, people are responsible for their actions when impaired by alcohol or drugs unless their intoxication was involuntary.
Bro, when somebody asks you at a party, hey, my guy, you want to kill it? That's not making you smoke the last of the weedies. That's a nice thing you're doing for somebody. I'm offering you the last of this bowl before it's cash, bro. Don't be a fucking cunt. Anyway.
The jurors rejected the defense's argument. They deliberated for less than 4 hours before finding her guilty of involuntary manslaughter on December 1st.
Absolutely insane. That's murder one.
During the trial, the prosecution portrayed Bryn Speecher as a callous, narcissistic party girl who just wanted to get high the night she killed Chad O'Melia. At the sentencing hearing, her parents and others painted a dramatically different picture, of course, focusing on her hearing impairment and her work before the crime as a licensed audiologist. Who fucking gives a shit that she has a hearing disability? What does that have to do with anything?
She don't have a stabbing disability.
Yeah, no shit.
She's good at stabbing. She should go into a stabbing kind of.
Does that mean she doesn't know right from wrong because she has a hearing impairment?
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's fucking retarded.
I'm blown away. Is that the end of that one? I think that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. You know what this is? This isn't an argument because of like people being like, oh yeah, she's high on pot, and that's why she's getting away with it. She's getting away with it because she's a lady. She's a white lady that just killed some white dude. That doesn't matter in America. Doesn't matter. You can stab to death a white dude 107 times in the chest, and they're gonna say it's self-defense. That lady here, she killed that white dude with a kitchen knife, stabbed him like 8 fucking times in the chest, and got off on self-defense. Let me tell you what, a knife is not a defense weapon. That's an offensive attacking weapon. Take it easy. Take it easy with the knife thing, because once you stab, certainly after the first or 3 or 5 or 7. Or in this case, 108 stabs. I think there's no, and you can say it's because of the weed, but then I argue that, for one, fuck you, weed doesn't make you psychotic. That's not true. Anybody that says that is a fucking psycho. And that at what point was she psychotic? Was she psychotic only after the last bong hit? Is that how weed works in people's mind? That like you're not stoned until you take one rip and then you're
too many.
Super. It's not beer.
Like if she would have been okay with the first one, but the second one is what
like
did it.
Yeah, it's like that 4 shot of vodka and I blacked out. Okay, well then when you rape, it's legal. What are you talking about? Like I didn't want to take that shot. My buddy said if I didn't take that shot, he's gonna kick my ass, bro. So I took that shot and then I cut that lady's head off and raped her. It's not my fault. It's not my fault, it's the booze. It's Jack Daniels did that. It wasn't me. No, dude. I'm so sick of these maniacs attacking pot, and now they're going to use the judicial system to attack potheads, because that's what it did. It's opened up a door that now it's like every shithead criminal is going to be like, well, I was on pot when I did that. It's not that you've given everybody a license to murder that smokes pot. No, you've given murderers a license to murder because they'll just say they were on pot. You're demonizing weed, bro. Stop taking my stuff, you fucking bitch. This is a thing about a white lady killing another white dude and just getting away with it. That's all that's going on here. And I only say a white lady because if it was any other lady other than an Asian lady, she'd have done some fucking time on this shit. She's not getting probation and community service. That's all I'm saying. We're not dealing with this nonsense. I mean, in a case of like we got dudes getting murdered for no fucking reason, and then it's just like, yeah, it's a dude, so fuck it. I don't buy it, dude. Next story.
I'm about to prove your point, Anthony.
Is that?
I'm
God damn it, you see?
Point.
There you go.
This is why we did them in this order. Ohio woman who miscarried faces charge that she abused corpse.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Okay. Are you ready for this?
All right, go for it.
A grand jury in Ohio is considering whether to indict a woman who miscarried a non-viable fetus at home and has been charged with abuse of a corpse in what experts say is an extremely rare interpretation of state law. The woman, Brittany Watts, 34, of Warren, Ohio, was arrested in October after passing a fetus in her bathroom and trying to flush the remains down the toilet. The case has been before a Trumbull County grand jury since November. If convicted, Ms. Watts could face up to a year in prison. She has pleaded not guilty. The grand jury was expected to give its report on Wednesday, but Guy M. Vorgan, a spokesman for the Trumbull County prosecutor, said the case has been continued until the next session in a couple weeks. The reason for the postponement was unclear as grand jury proceedings are secret. Although records show that Ms. Watts spontaneously miscarried, a finding that the state has not challenged, the case has come under scrutiny by lawyers and reproductive health advocates who say that prosecuting her is baseless and may deter other women who miscarry from obtaining medical attention they need. The charge came a month before Ohio voters enshrined the right to abortion in the state constitution until the point of fetal viability, 22 weeks in the state, as well as the right to contraception, fertility treatment, and miscarriage care. The measure, which went into effect in early December, was part of a winning streak for abortion rights groups after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade in June 2022. Ms. Watts is being demonized for something that goes on every day, her lawyer Tracy Timko said before Judge Terry Ivanchak of the Warren Municipal Court last month. But Judge Ivanchak, who has since retired, found probable cause to send the charges to a grand jury for consideration. According to a report by the Trumbull County Coroner's Office, Ms. Watts was 21 weeks and 5 days pregnant when she was admitted to St. Joseph Warren Hospital in Youngstown, Ohio, with vaginal bleeding on September 19th. Doctors determined that her water broke prematurely and her cervix became dilated. Ms. Watts also had a significantly elevated white blood cell count. Doctors were able to detect cardiac activity, but recommended she be induced and deliver the fetus despite its non-viable status. The report said because she was at significant risk of maternal death, sepsis, or complete placental abruption with catastrophic bleeding. On her initial visit to the hospital, Miss Watts left after waiting 8 hours for a hospital ethics panel to determine whether to induce her pregnancy without legal ramifications because she was on the cusp of Ohio's viability timeline, 22 weeks, Ms. Timko told the Associated Press. The hospital declined to comment. Imagine that.
Good night.
Miss Watts went home to process the information she was told, the coroner's report said. She returned the next day with the same symptoms and left a second time without treatment. On September 22nd, Miss Watts passed the fetus at home alone in her bathroom and returned to the hospital, where she received a dilation and a curettage, also called DNC, to remove the placenta, according to the report. The hospital notified the Warren City Police Department about the miscarriage and the need to locate the fetus. The police found the fetus clogged in her bathroom toilet, the report said, noting that Miss Watts had told the police that she disposed of what she believed to be the remains in a bucket in her backyard. The police then took the entire toilet out of the home and took it to a morgue, where it was broken apart to retrieve the fetus, the report said. The autopsy report found that the fetus had died in utero before delivery because of complications of premature rupturing of the membranes. The police charged Miss Watts on October 5th with abuse of a corpse as a felony under a law adopted by the Ohio legislature in 1996. The case is being prosecuted by the Warren City Prosecutor's Office.
Dude, good fucking night. What is this, not a white lady?
Nope.
Yeah, see that? These white ladies are getting away with a lot of shit, bro.
You know, I'm not one to jump on the race bandwagon, but you have a white woman, stab a white dude 108 times, not face any prison whatsoever, and then you have a black woman who had a miscarriage and faces jail time.
I don't even, like, that's not, like, if anything, you just charge her like 145. Like, what would Plumline charge you to come out here and unclog your toilet? That's what you charge. Like, I don't know.
Ridiculous,
I mean,
dude.
if anything, maybe you got a hard up cop that needs to hit a bus. Maybe you charge her, give her a Lyrian ticket or something.
So
I don't know, dude.
Stupid, dude.
I don't know. That just seems like, come the fuck on,
like
bro.
I said, I'm not one to jump on the race bandwagon. That is fucking ridiculous.
Dude, it's getting nuts, man. It's getting crazy. Like, again, if she had been a black lady that stabbed a dude 108 times, she'd have died. Like, she'd have got, bro. They'd put her ass down. What about that one girl come out with a fucking knife and got smoked by that police, man? Just killed her ass dead. I don't even think she stabbed anybody, but she wasn't white. I can tell you that. That's all I'm saying. It just seems like we just really, like, they ain't getting away with a lot of shit these days, man. Well, what the fuck ever. I mean, I think the whole, like, I think the defamation of a corpse in any state is a little crazy. Like, it's not illegal to take your dog to the cemetery and him shit on people's graves. But you can't flush a fetus down the toilet? Essentially the same thing.
Well, she thought that she had gotten, because there was shit and stuff in the toilet too, she thought that she had got the fetus out and put it in a bucket in her backyard and tried to flush what she thought wasn't the fucking fetus.
Literally, the fact that we're forcing this woman to even engage in any of this Saturday morning cartoonery is absolutely fucking bananas. This is diabolical what we're making these women do. Get the fuck out of here, bro. We need to legalize this abortion. We need to stop with all this butchering of corpses and such. I really don't give a fuck what you do to a dead body. I don't know why. Like, literally, I do not care.
Nope.
Fill it with soup. I don't give a fuck what you do with it, man.
And it's funny because people say, well, what would you do if somebody did that to your corpse? I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm fucking dead.
It would surprise you to death to know what I want done with my corpse. And as soon as they make it legal to put it in writing, I'm going to.
Fuck,
like,
man.
You're out of your mind. I want to be eaten.
I just don't
I
care.
want to be chopped into pieces and given to the wildlife. You're out of your mind. Like, what do you? I don't care. Just to state, like, it just doesn't make any sense that, like, literally you can take your dog to the park and it can shit on people's graves, but you can't, like, display a human skull because that's fucking with bodies. I think it's fucking bananas in this country. We really need to take this whole Christianity shit out of our fucking laws, because that's what that is. That's a Jesus law. That's a God law. Don't mess with that dead body. My grandpa's in there. His soul came from there, or some crazy bullshit. That's some Jesus shit. We got to stop all that bullshit right now.
Yeah.
And certainly
That's
this abortion shit. That's some Jesus shit too. That's some God shit. It doesn't have anything to do with anything other than God, because literally, once you're 18, you choose to fight for the American army, the army of God, then they'll kill you. Then it doesn't matter if you die. They're like, but what about its soul? Fuck you. I thought it was is it my choice to believe if my child has a soul or not? I'm allowed freedom of religion for my child. So I say it didn't have a soul. So it's dead. You know, like a goldfish that you flush down a toilet. I don't know. Why do we disrespect the goldfish so much? You know what I mean? Like, I've seen people throw hamsters and gerbils down the toilet. That should be a crime. If more than a fetus, that's a pet. You should bury that, man, you asshole. What's wrong with you? Like, you didn't even know the fetus. That's just some fucking, I don't know, some bones. You could sell it on oddities market maybe if you formaldehyde jarred it. They might get you, though. They'll probably charge you. And that's another thing, too. You can't sell a corpse. I'm not even defaming it. I'm not defiling it. I didn't get anything on it or in it. I'm selling it to somebody else. How am I in trouble? Anyway, we'll move on.
Okay, speaking of dead motherfuckers, here we go. Last story. Alabama man shook violently on gurney during first ever nitrogen gas execution.
Oh, they got him. That's crazy.
Yeah, so they're pissed off because it didn't go quite as they said it was going to go.
All right, let's hear about it.
This is a man put to death using nitrogen gas shook and convulsed for minutes on the gurney as Alabama carried out the first of its kind execution that has ignited debate over the humaneness of the method. Breathing through a nitrogen-filled face mask that deprived him of oxygen, 58-year-old convicted killer Kenneth Eugene Smith convulsed in seizure-like spasms for at least 2 minutes of the 22-minute execution by nitrogen hypoxia Thursday. The force of his movements at times caused the gurney to visibly shake. That was followed by several minutes of gasping breathing until his breath was no longer perceptible. Smith's supporters expressed alarm of how the execution played out, showing it was the antithesis of the state's promise of a quick and painless death. But Alabama's Attorney General characterized the execution as textbook during a Friday news conference. It says, as of last night, nitrogen hypoxia as a means of execution is no longer an untested method, it's a proven one, Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall said, extending an offer of help for states considering adopting the method. Asked about Smith shaking and convulsing on the gurney, Alabama Corrections Commissioner John Q. Ham said they appeared to be involuntary movements. That was all expected was in the side effects that we've seen or researched on nitrogen hypoxia, Ham said. Nothing was out of the ordinary from what we were expecting. Marshall said he anticipated Alabama will definitely have more nitrogen hypoxia executions. More than 40 death row inmates have selected nitrogen as their preferred execution method over lethal injection, but did so at a time when the state hadn't developed nitrogen procedures. Yeah, I'll fucking take that. Oh shit, it's a thing now?
Do you guys have lightning? Can I have lightning?
I changed my mind.
I mean, fuck, that seems pretty good.
How about tickled by Care Bears?
Yeah, what do you got? You got something else?
This is attorney for those inmates have asked the court to order Alabama to turn over records and information about Smith's execution. Litigation will almost certainly focus on Smith's convulsions and movement during the execution. The state promised the world the most humane method of execution known to man. Instead, Mr. Smith writhed and thrashed before he died. No further execution should take place by this method until the events of this evening are examined by an independent body, Assistant Federal Defender John Palombi, who represents death row inmates who requested nitrogen, said in the statement. Smith's spiritual advisor, the Reverend Jeff Hood, agreed that the execution did not match the state attorney general's prediction that Smith would lose consciousness in seconds, followed by death within minutes. We didn't see somebody go unconscious in 30 seconds. What we saw was minutes of someone struggling for their life, said Hood, who attended the execution.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't just cut his head off. But I'll tell you, the nitrogen thing. They already botched this dude's execution one time. I heard about this cat. Yeah, they fucked it up. They already tried to lethally inject his ass like 2 years ago or some shit. It didn't work.
They couldn't hook the IV up.
Yeah, it didn't work or something. They got students working there. It's like a dental school. They're just fucking fishing around. Dude. I don't know. I submit that this guy might not even supposed to be killed. I don't know how you all feel, but I think the hitman doesn't get charged with murder. I don't think that's fair. The little backstory on this case, a husband and preacher, Christian dogs, just saying, hired 2 guys and only paid him $1,000 of God's money, I'll have you know, fucking asshole. $1,000 a piece to kill a lady, kill his wife, cheap prick. But either way, so Jesus paid these guys, theoretically. You know, this guy's a preacher. God paid these men to kill this old woman. They stabbed her to death. This is in like fucking 1990, some shit like that. Yeah,
8 or some shit.
So these guys,
89.
In the Christian land, these fine Christian gentlemen, under the orders of their preacher, with money from their God, killed this fucking lady. Whatever. So then they find that this preacher has hired these fucking, basically, morons in deep Alabama, fucking morons, that are willing to kill somebody for $1,000 American. It's not that much money. Even then, it's not that much money. I mean, I don't even think you can get a Civic for $1,090. Come on, dude. Fuck. Anyway, so they murdered her. The police find out the dude that hires the killers fucking kills himself. Okay. Well, then we're done. Right? 1 for 1. We're done. They got her. He got him. They're done. What? If anything, send both those guys. Give them, if you want to charge them with murder, give them manslaughter. That's fair. They only stabbed that lady like twice. Give them both manslaughter. Give them both 10 years. That's fair. I mean, it was an old lady already. It wasn't a young lady.
I just don't understand why somebody being executed, why it has to be quick and painless.
I mean,
why do they swab your arm before they put the needle in? You're gonna fucking die.
Yeah,
I don't understand. Because what if he gets an infection?
Well, that's the thing. When I first seen it, he was like, "Oh, it was so terrible. They were fucking with the IVs." I'm like, "Well, yeah, they're trying to kill you." They're trying to kill you, man. Like, you ever been? Somebody's tried to kill me before. They're not nice about it. They're not like, take it easy. I'm gonna kill you now. Yeah. They're trying to kill you. You know. I wouldn't really. I don't really. I worry about not his plight in the being gassed to death. I don't give a shit how they kill you. Once they got you, man. That's why they're not gonna get me. Once they got you, they got you. I just wonder. I argue that is it right to kill 3 dudes for one old white lady? I don't know if it is. When it was her husband that ordered the killing. You know what I mean? It was that's her own shit. I mean, she's not cooking casseroles or whatever she's not doing right. I don't know. These are Christians. I don't know. But whatever they're not doing, she didn't starch his jeans.
She got the fucking hymns wrong.
Whatever, dude.
Bitch.
She's not doing something. So she gets murdered by hitmen hired by her husband. He finds out, and he's murdered. Death penalty for him, for sure. He's an asshole. He ordered a killing. That worked. That means you killed her. But you don't hire a guy who's trying to earn an honest living. Especially good Christian men, you know? These are good Christian boys trying to earn a living. Doing the Lord's work out here. And now you're gassing them. I don't know. I don't know if they're guilty.
Yeah. But well, that's it. That's it for this week. Next week's episode is our season finale. Then we'll take a little time off and
finale.
Possibly be back.
We'll be back, goddammit.
Maybe it's the real finale. Who knows?
Who knows? No, I haven't been swatted yet, so who knows?
But at the very least, we'll see you next week. New podcast starting every Tuesday at 8 a.m. or hear previous episodes anytime.
Come on back every week, C-Sweet Poppy. I got what you need.
You can email us at who'stalkingshh@gmail.com. That's 3 H's.
That's it. Email me. I want to read your shit.
You can leave a voice message on Anchor and possibly be included in an upcoming episode. Tell us how much you like it or if you think it sucks.
Leave me a name and number after the beep.
Go to our Facebook page link on Anchor.
You know you like me.
You can also hear us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and many more.
You know me. I'm on all the platties, dawg.